will be here pretty soon.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey everyone, Rascal here.
And Mama, welcome to our channel, Paws On Animation.
Today we're covering the third best Peanuts holiday special, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Yes, and we're so grateful you're joining us today. After Charlie Brown realizes that his family will be visiting his grandmother on Thanksgiving this year, he decides to host a special early dinner for his friends before he leaves, with Snoopy as the chef, and it doesn't go well. That darn Snoopy.
If you haven't already, subscribe for updates and weekly videos of your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. Now, this particular Charlie Brown special was the 10th primetime animated TV special that aired originally on November 20th of 1973. And it actually won an Emmy Award the following year.
Ooh, okay.
And it was the third holiday special after Charlie Brown Christmas in 1965 and It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown in 1966.
Cool. So they just kept having, they had 3 good holiday specials in a row. So for here, I think this is one that unfortunately doesn't get talked about as much as the Christmas and Halloween one, maybe because of differences in how people celebrate, but regardless, I think it's still a fantastic special, just as great as the Christmas and Halloween one. And we've covered actually both specials, the Christmas one quite a while ago, and we've covered the Halloween one. So now we've kind of completed the main holiday trilogy for Peanuts.
Next up, Valentine's Day.
And New Year's.
Yes.
And Easter.
Yes.
And this is another one of the specials that people always watched on the holidays, just like with Christmas and Halloween. It would either air on the eve or the day of Thanksgiving. But just like with the other ones, Apple TV has taken the specials and you can no longer see them on TV annually. You have to either pay a subscription to Apple or buy the DVD and watch it there.
I'm so grateful that I think we have all the specials except for one.
Yeah. I think we don't have the Thanksgiving one. We've just seen it every year for years on end. So we kind of have it memorized at this point, but we still want to own it.
Yes, so that's up next. Now for this cast of voices, the only returning was Bill Melendez because if you recall, in the earlier specials, they were all actually children. So the voice actors are adults at this time, so there's a whole new cast.
Right.
We have Todd Barbie as Charlie Brown, Peter Robbins as Screaming Charlie Brown. That was actually archived from the original voice actor.
Right.
We have Robin Cohn as Lucy, Stephen Shea as Linus, Hilary Momberger as Sally, Christopher DeFaria as Peppermint Patty.
Oh, wow.
And Jimmy Aarons as Marcy, Robin Reed as Franklin, and Bill Melendez, of course, is Snoopy and Woodstock.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to note that in this version, Peppermint Patty is actually voiced by a male.
Yes, which is very rare to see in any animated show or movie. And another thing that stands out for this special is that this is like one of the list of things you watch for Thanksgiving. Of course, you have your football game, and you have regular show. Now, you got the regular show Thanksgiving special. You got the Macy's Thanksgiving parade, or they got a parade, and whatever city you're in, there's always a parade going around to see the floats and everything. You got your game, you got everything going. Now you got Charlie Brown. Those were usually like the 3 things: the parade, the football, and Charlie Brown, which you would watch on Thanksgiving every year. It's become pretty much tradition, and now we just add a regular show to the mix.
Yes, absolutely. That's definitely a must. And the soundtrack for this particular special also became really popular during the time. It was composed by Vince Guaraldi. And they've got the Charlie Brown Blues Thanksgiving theme, which really became very popular. And Peppermint Patty has her own theme. Oh my God!
Right, character
and
themes.
There's a lot of other songs that really became popular, and it also got its own official soundtrack. But it hasn't ever been released.
Yeah, go figure. So I guess you can only listen to it online, like maybe they have gone on YouTube, or you listen to it in the special itself.
Definitely. Now this one is fun, as all the specials are. You have a little bit of seriousness, like I said, Charlie Brown is going to see his grandma, so he won't be able to be with them on that day. So did he decide they should have a feast?
Yeah, I thought it would be fun and gather everybody together so they have their own little Thanksgiving before he leaves for the holiday.
And then Snoopy decided he would be the one to supply all of the food. Well, we should have known something was wrong the very first time we watched this, but of course everyone who watched this usually watched it as kids since it's been on so long, so we didn't think Snoopy was going to screw it up.
Right.
And he didn't screw it up like he made a mistake. He screwed it up like he did it on purpose because he was selfish and didn't want to share on Thanksgiving of all holidays.
Right. And what he gave them, they were expecting all the stuff you always eat at Thanksgiving. Instead of turkey and cranberry sauce, sweet potatoes, he gives them popcorn, pretzels,
toast,
jelly beans, and water. And Peppermint Patty was furious. Like, what is this?
And this is one time her indignation you agreed with.
Yeah.
What the heck is wrong with you, sir?
And then they made it look like, oh, and they eat that and he eats kibble and stuff. And then you find out at the end of the special, after Charlie Brown's gone and the friends go home, he brings out this giant turkey and stuffing and everything from his doghouse, and he and Woodstock have a feast together, and that's what he kept all the food.
It's like, what is wrong with you, Snoopy? Usually Snoopy is Joe Cool, but he was not in this special.
Right.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You talked about him so badly.
Yeah, everyone was kind of pissed with Snoopy on that one special.
But I do like how they all sat at the table and shared something they were thankful for.
Right.
Which is exactly what you're supposed to do on this holiday, either with family and friends or alone.
Yeah.
Regardless, you can be thankful for all the blessings you received during the year. And I really like that they put that in a special way back in 1973.
Definitely. And just like with the Christmas one, they actually kept something from the Bible in here as well. And a little tradition that a lot of people do like to do is that, usually you say grace or something at the dinner table. Well, in here it's sort of like interactive before they start having interactive shows and games and things, and Nias would lead a prayer, and usually for a lot of people they would engage in the prayer with him for blessing everybody and being great, showing gratitude and everything. So that was actually a nice little thing. So everyone who was watching was feeling gratitude and blessing everyone else as they were watching. So that was a really cool thing they did way back then.
I still wonder why Snoopy decided to give him.
That's probably why he was at the table.
Right, instead of the real meal. And then when you do see the real meal, as we mentioned, all the turkey and the trimmings, it's like, where did you get this stuff from?
Right, like,
and do you have a kitchen in your doghouse?
Yes, he does.
And Woodstock is joining you because, and all these questions are going through your head, but you, at first you're like, how dare you, Snoopy? But then you can't do anything but laugh because it turned out well for them, because I'm not mistaken, the grandmother invites them all to come.
Yes, so they all still get to spend it together, so it was a really nice ending still, even with that.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Stayed true to how it been before, and that's another great thing about this franchise. It has kept the same animation throughout the years. You know, we have, whether it's anime or Western animation, when they get further in, they decide to update and change, and sometimes that ruins the experience. But they were smart enough to stay with the same animation regardless of when these specials aired. Knowing that keeping that familiarity was also keeping the tradition and the experience the same for those who love the franchise.
Right.
And then with the movie, it was updated, but it still had that same feel.
Right.
And it kept
the drawings.
Absolutely. So I do like that this really was a way of letting people know Thanksgiving should be important to everyone, not just adults, but also to children, and teaching them to be grateful as well.
Right. And this is added, of course, with the other specials you watch for Thanksgiving. And unfortunately, there's not that many in animation. They do more Christmas and Halloween, Valentine's stuff that you can buy stuff for. But for Thanksgiving, there's not as much. Like we said, we have this. We have regular show. I think Rugrats did one. And slowly but surely, some other cartoons are beginning to do it too. And you have some movies you watch too, like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Some people watch that. Some people like to watch Fantastic Mr. Fox. And the Peanuts movie, the 2017 Peanuts movie, well, even though they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the movie, is such a feel-good, wholesome, family-type movie, and you have so much fun watching it because of how well it stuck to the essence of the original. They kind of consider that a Thanksgiving-esque movie.
Well, I'm grateful for it, so yes.
Yes.
And interestingly enough, this is also shown or broadcast in Canada on their Canadian Observers of Thanksgiving, which takes place
October, right?
Right. And it still airs on the Family Channel in Canada.
Really? Okay.
So it's interesting that, as usual, the U.S. gets screwed over and other people are allowed to see these
All over the
specials
world.
because they want us to spend money and see it.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of crappy. Sorry, Apple. And the rest of you that do this, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Way to show your gratitude.
So we know you've seen It's a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Let us know what you think in the comments below, including when did you originally first see the special. If you haven't seen it, again, as we always ask, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and buy it. It's worth the purchase. I don't know if they have one that has all of the specials. Probably not, because it wouldn't make as much money. But this one is definitely another one that's worth putting out the cash and owning it.
Right.
We definitely plan on doing that so that we own it as well. By the time you're hearing this, we've already bought it.
Yes. So if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe for weekly updates with your favorite anime series, anime shows, and all things animation.
Absolutely. And we are so grateful for you not only watching and sharing our joy, but we appreciate you subscribing and sharing our videos and following us on social media. We are so grateful for you. Thank you so much. We love you.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching Mask Entertainment.
And Mom Entertainment.
Have a toon-tastic day.
Peace.